Naval Aviator. Officers who complete Navy flight school and tactical training to fly jets, helicopters, or tilt-rotor aircraft, including carrier takeoffs and arrested landings. Naval Flight Officer. Officers trained to run sensors, weapons, navigation, and mission systems, working with pilots to fight the aircraft and complete the mission. Naval Astronaut. Naval aviators or naval flight officers who fly in space, combining naval aviation expertise with astronaut service.
Naval Aircrew Warfare Specialist. Enlisted aircrew who qualify on a specific aircraft and crew position, proving advanced knowledge, check rides, and mission proficiency. Air Vehicle Pilot. Warrant officers certified to pilot Navy unmanned aircraft, demonstrating mastery of remote flight operations and mission execution. Enlisted Aviation Warfare Specialist. Enlisted sailors in aviation who master FOW squadrons and aircraft work, operations, maintenance, safety, and support, even without flying.
Flight surgeon, physicians trained in aviation medicine who care for aircrew and advise commanders on human performance and flight safety. Flight nurse, nurses qualified to provide critical care during aeromedical evacuation and flight operations from takeoff to landing. Experimental psychologist or physiologist, specialists who study human factors like stress, acceleration, vision, and workload to make flying safer and more effective.
Command at Sea, for commissioned officers between lieutenant and admiral, who are in command or have commanded a warship or an operational fleet air unit. Worn on the right while you're the commander. After your tour, it shifts to the left to show you're a former commander. Clear proof you carried full responsibility for crew, readiness, and missions.
Command ashore, or project manager, for officers who are or have been the commanding officer of a naval installation or other shore-based command, or who led a major Navy program or project within the Naval Air Systems Command or the Naval Sea Systems Command.
Observer or flight meteorologist, specialists who fly to gather mission and weather data, guiding routes, forecasts, and on-scene decisions. Naval Aviation Supply Corps, officers who master aviation logistics, parts, fuel, maintenance support, and readiness pipelines that keep squadrons flying. Professional Aviation Maintenance Officer, officers and warrant officers who lead aircraft maintenance programs, ensuring technical quality, safety, and readiness. Enlisted Expeditionary Warfare Specialist, for enlisted sailors in Navy Expeditionary Combat Units who qualify in field skills like weapons, marksmanship, land navigation, radios, and setting up expeditionary camps. Navy Expeditionary Supply Corps Officer, for Supply Corps officers who prove advanced expeditionary logistics knowledge while serving in operational shore or coastal missions. Explosive Ordnance Disposal Warfare, for personnel trained to find, make safe, and dispose of explosive threats including improvised devices and nuclear, chemical, and biological munitions, part of Navy Special Operations and dive qualified. Enlisted wear it as their main warfare device, and officers wear a gold version as their primary device.
Fleet Marine Force, for Navy personnel assigned to Fleet Marine Force units who complete Marine-focused training in field skills, tactics, and support, earned by officers and enlisted with hospital corpsmen and religious program specialists common in these roles. The chaplain version of the badge omits the crossed rifles. Information Warfare Specialist, for sailors and officers who qualify in the Navy's information fields, intelligence, cryptologic operations, cyber operations, computer networks, oceanography, meteorology, and space support, showing you can collect, protect, and use information to help the fleet fight.
Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman, for enlisted boat operators who finish Special Warfare Combatant Craft training and serve on special boat teams. Strategic Sealift Officer Warfare, for officers who hold a valid United States Merchant Marine license for unlimited tonnage or horsepower and complete Strategic Sealift qualification. Submarine Warfare, Dolphins earned by officers and enlisted who qualify on every major system aboard a submarine and can stand critical watches, fight the ship, and handle damage control.
Seabee Combat Warfare Specialist,
earned by sailors in Naval Construction Force or Amphibious Construction Battalion units. Special Warfare, SEAL Trident, for sailors who complete basic underwater demolition or SEAL training and are designated as Navy sea, air, and land operators on SEAL teams or SEAL delivery vehicle teams.
Surface Chaplain Officer Qualification Insignia. For Navy chaplains, you complete surface community qualification with skills in shipboard operations, readiness, and ministry at sea. Engineering Duty Officer. For restricted line officers who design, buy, build, repair, convert, overhaul, and retire Navy ships, submarines, aircraft carriers, and the complex systems on them. Integrated Undersea Surveillance System, for personnel qualified in long-range undersea listening and sonar surveillance systems, showing expertise in detecting and tracking submarines and undersea activity. Navy Security Force, for sailors and officers who qualify in base and force protection, mastering access control, patrolling, weapons handling, and incident response, with tiers of specialist, senior specialist, master specialist, and officer.
Parachutist, jump wings for completing basic parachute training. The Naval parachutist version comes after 10 qualifying jumps and is common among SEALs, special boat crews, explosive ordnance disposal, and amphibious reconnaissance corpsmen. Small craft officer in charge, for officers or petty officers who command small combatant or patrol boats in rivers and coastal waters. Craftmaster, for enlisted leaders who command landing craft, air-cushioned craft, utility boats, tugs, and barges.
Submarine Combat Patrol, a World War II award for completing wartime submarine patrols, historic only and no longer issued. Ballistic Missile Submarine Deterrent Patrol, for submarine sailors who complete strategic deterrent patrols on ballistic missile submarines. Starts in silver and upgrades to gold after 20 successful patrols. Navy Diver, for qualified divers with levels for scuba, second class, first class, and master diver. There are also versions for diving officers and for medical personnel trained to dive and treat underwater emergencies.
Presidential Service, for personnel who served in direct support of the President of the United States, marking trusted White House duty. Vice Presidential Service, for personnel who served in direct support of the Vice President, showing high trust staff service. Office of the Secretary of Defense, for personnel assigned to the Secretary of Defense's headquarters, signaling top-level defense staff experience. Joint Chiefs of Staff, for personnel assigned to the Joint Staff, showing service at the highest joint military headquarters. Command Senior Enlisted Leader, for Chief Petty Officers who serve as the top enlisted leader of a command, proof of senior leadership and crew stewardship. Recruiting, for sailors assigned to recruiting duty, recognizing expertise in finding and guiding new sailors into the Navy. Recruit Division Commander, for instructors who lead and train recruits at boot camp, showing excellence in building basic Navy skills and discipline.
Career counselor for sailors who guide career paths, re-enlistments, and professional development across a command. Navy law enforcement for security forces, master-at-arms, and naval corrections personnel while serving in those duties. Naval Criminal Investigative Service for NCIS special agents as part of their credentials. It identifies federal investigators who protect the Navy from crime, terrorism, and foreign intelligence threats.
Marksmanship Competition Badges. Navy sailors and officers earn these by shooting official matches and collecting leg points toward higher awards. They cover rifle and pistol at fleet, inter-service, and national levels in gold, silver, and bronze, with top honors including Distinguished Marksman, Distinguished Pistol Shot, and the United States Distinguished International Shooter. Enlisted shooters who finish in the top 100 of the President's 100 match wear the President's 100 brassard, and Navy corpsmen serving with Marine infantry can also earn the Marine Corps' annual Rifle Squad Badge. Some other badges are Surface Warfare Medical Corps, Surface Warfare Nurse Corps, Surface Warfare Dental Corps, Surface Warfare Medical Service Corps, Surface Warfare Supply Corps, Submarine Medical,
Submarine Engineering Duty, and Submarine Supply Corps.